How funny would it be as for Halloween if we went as the fucking Wiggles?
Yo, there would need to be 5 though.
Oh, there was 5?
I'm almost positive.
What world did you live in that there were 5 Wiggles?
There wasn't 5 Wiggles.
No,
I think the Teletubbies might have been 5.
No, I thought the
Maybe.
Teletubbies was okay.
So we are going. We're like already going. Well, I guess that's how we're starting the
Locked and
show.
loaded.
Wait, I love it.
That's a great way to start the show. The Wiggles, Michael. How many do we have? I'm pretty sure it's 4.
So
Teletubbies was 5.
4 or 5.
You know, the Teletubbies were like
Let's see.
8, 10 or something like that. I swear, look it up.
The like that. What do you mean 8, 10? What do you mean? Their height?
8'10".
The Teletubbies?
Swear, bro, look it up.
I think like the actual, because it was a real life recorded thing. Like,
Yeah.
in costume. So, like the actual like structure. I think the structure of their outfits were like big people.
Like huge.
It's, like, legit.
There was 5 Wiggles?
5 Wiggles.
Damn
Who was
it.
that?
I told y'all. Come on, now.
Wow.
Stop playing with me.
I'm a little upset with that
What are their
fact.
names?
But
Oh wait. I think it's 4.
yo,
Oh,
yo.
man, come on now.
There's an alternate 5.
Okay.
Sorry,
An
okay.
alternate 5? What does that even mean?
So I'm correct by technicality.
Yeah, okay, I'll give him
You
that.
say so, I guess. Yeah.
I'll give him that one.
There's like an alternate.
What a time to be alive. It is June 27th or June 28th, right?
27th.
27.
27th, because
Yes, sir.
tomorrow
a stratosphere.
we are entering the stratosphere.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm here with the boys to tell the story of Atmosphere for episode 143 of the Middleman Podcast here at Encore Studios
Correct.
with a whole different setup. This is quite the setup here. You should have saw what we went through to get this all in order. Shout out Colo, shout out Michael, shout out Encore, and shout out the boys. To my left, we got Mr. Methadonix.
Sir, yes, sir.
Thank you for being here. To his
course.
left, we got Mr. SteezePA.
One and only.
And then to all the way on the far left, we have Mr. Andrew.
What's going on,
Chase.
guys?
Andrew, Drew, what do you prefer, man?
Drew,
Talk to me.
come on now.
And I feel like
What do y'all
people
call me? Drew.
I get that,
True.
but I feel like people who like know you for a long time, they call you Andrew. Like a lot of people do.
And that's how I try to like. I'll keep it distinguished.
God.
So you know, like Drew, Andrew, but also like Andrew is more of like a professional format, I guess, because that is my birthright name. So you know, I'm not gonna, you know, go do some like official stuff and say, oh, my name's Drew, and then you know, on paper I have to write down Andrew. Then there's, yeah, you got issues.
I got you. Well, Drew's here, and with all of that all together, put together, combined, we are Atmosphere.
Correct. The Mundo.
We are Atmosphere, the 4 faces of Atmosphere, the 4 people that make it happen. We all have our own individual roles. We've been at this Atmosphere thing for over a year now, and we've achieved multiple events, and we have a lot more coming that are going to be coming up in the future. But I guess let's talk about our roles, what we do, who we are. All you guys pretty much, I would hope so, know me at this point. I am so for Atmosphere, what do I do for Atmosphere? I would say I'm more of just like a public speaker, you know, event coordinator, promoter, a little bit of everything. But you know, when it comes down to like the shaking the hands and meeting the people, you know, the logistics, that's all my other colleagues and shit like that. So that's what I do. And to my left, we got Mr. Methadonix here. What do you do for Atmosphere?
Yes, sir. So I help run the social media. Hands are kind of in a lot of different pots with the Atmosphere, working with the artist one-on-one for performance aspects. And, you know, the face that's plastered on the billboard. You know what I mean? Mr. Pretty Boy. So,
Promotion.
absolutely. But Mr. Steez, you're up next.
Well, I feel like I don't know. At times, I could be a very, very busy guy. Sometimes I feel like not so busy, but it really depends on the scenario. You know, I try to keep all of our finances in check. I coordinate and plan just about from the start to finish of the event. Man, I mean, there's a lot of background work that kind of doesn't get much sight on, but it's just that nitty gritty of making sure the events go successful, and as a company we can be successful as well. So that's kind of my role, is just playing a part, is making sure we're all in check and everyone has a successful plan to fulfill and outroll in the end game, basically.
Also known as IRS Steez.
Correct.
IRS Steez.
And lastly,
He will hunt you down.
you do not want that.
Run.
No, sir.
Or actually, don't run. He'll catch up.
I'll catch up.
And lastly, we got the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Drew Chase. What do you do
We
for the
are
company,
here.
my friend?
Oh man, what don't I do? We do a little bit of everything, as do we all, man. Like we always have our hands in different pots, but we all do have our individual, roles and places. But for me, social media, I do the graphic designing, the think tank, the vision seer, but that we all coordinate on that. That's what makes this a special team, because we all are able to be on that same playing field and get shit done. But can I curse on here? Am I good?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I didn't know. I didn't.
This isn't
know.
your
Okay.
first podcast, Drew.
I mean, it is, but I kept it light the last time, just to make
Yeah.
sure. But I want to respect the platform.
appreciate
but
that.
Of course. But no, I do a lot of the the permit applicationing, liaisoning. What else has to be done? I'm there, as we all
I
are.
like that word.
Liaison.
Yeah.
Liaison.
Liaison.
I like that.
What would you say if I told you I don't think I really truly know what that means entirely?
No, you're the. You should know what that word means.
I've heard it
Of all
many
being-
times.
you're-
Like, yeah,
you
liaison,
being
got it.
the middleman. You're the man in the middle, essentially. The liaison.
So the broker, is that essentially what it is?
Essentially,
Okay.
if you want to
Got
call it that, yep.
Got it. Okay, interesting. Yeah, so that's what we all do, man. And we've been on this journey for quite some time. We've been on it. So the festival last year happened July 20th, 2024. We had 3 months to plan that. So go backwards 3 months. What are we looking at? In March is the planning stage.
yeah.
March is when we all got together.
March of
We didn't even have a
2020.
name.
Yeah, March of 2024. Things are starting to roll out a little bit. Drew comes to me with an idea, that was presented by a different party who's no longer in or part of the entire process of this journey. But he came to me and said, I have an idea that, someone wants to do a festival. And, I had mentioned in the past that I wanted to do one. So he called me first and then called Kelly. And then from then on, we got Steez on board. And 3 months of planning, we've successfully hosted a phenomenal show with the help of others as well. There was a larger team.
Yes.
So much help. So much help.
Honestly.
Everybody.
A lot to name, but security, just helping us with promotion, setting up the event, just being a part of the things that we need to do because we can't be everywhere at once. We appreciate them. They're like atmosphere committee, I guess you would.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
So we're gonna be hopefully bringing those people back. But we were able to do that, guys. And we never really sat down as a team and talked about it. But it was exciting. It was a phenomenal time. I think we've all talked about it individually, but here we are on a podcast. And I don't know what question I should ask you guys, but maybe let's just talk about some of the highlights and some of the shittiest times in those 3 months that we had of planning the first Atmosphere Music Festival. Okay. So Drew, why don't we start with you, since you had the idea when it first came to you, and you saw Atmosphere. What did you see year one being? How did you foresee that going?
Really how it went. The hardest part was, putting the pieces together of, who's out here, who's making the waves, who's working, who's putting that work in and establishing themselves. And, with us being, or us tasking ourselves trying to, establish a, foundation here in the 570 here in Northeastern Pennsylvania for rap and hip hop, so artists can come together and we're able to, put something on the forefront to be seen, worldwide. And, it was just putting the small pieces of it together at first. And, really it was just, what can we do? And honestly, we did more then and we did more now than I can imagine in 1 year.
Agreed, 100%.
Why is this so important to you?
Really because hip hop and rap and R&B, but honestly, music as a whole, it brings people together, and it brings people together culturally as well. And I feel like, you know, that gets missed over, you know, here a lot, and this area gets missed over in, you know, the culture of things in this country, you know, unless you mention The Office or, you know, some like random, you know, fact of like a town out here.
Pizza. It's got to be the pizza, right?
Old Forge, you know.
Old Forge pizza.
Yeah, shout out Old Forge. Yeah, there's not really many things that bring notoriety out here, you know, in the modern era. And so I feel a festival and trying to, you know, bring a platform for, you know, people to hear what this area brings, you know, musically. I think it's very important.
You know, what's interesting is I'm recalling our first conversation about 570 Exotics, and one of the things that we were talking about with 570 Exotics is you were talking about old Pennsylvania, you know, like, and we were talking about like, oh, what do you think about old Pennsylvania? You think it's wise to keep old Pennsylvania? And you were like, I do think it's good to keep a little bit of old Pennsylvania, but also new Pennsylvania. And it sounds like Atmosphere as a whole is kind of still serving that same purpose for you in the vision of how you want to see Pennsylvania progress as a state. So just wanted to bring that up. Steez, my good man, going into Atmosphere 2024, what were your expectations? How did you feel going into it? Any surprises?
You know, I was actually, I was very filled with confidence, honestly, just because of the fact, like, I've been out here for so long. I've thrown my own shows, and that went successful. And, you know, Scranton seemed to always have that shine on, like, that hip-hop culture whenever it came around. So it's like, you know, for me trying to do my own events, it was really tough because, you know, a one-man band, when you're trying to put on an event for a scale of thousands, you know, it's kind of tough. So, you know, I did my events. I took my time. I focused up on my recording and engineering stuff. And, you know, you guys swooped in at the perfect time. You know, I think it was like a year and a half for my last event. And you guys were like, hey, let's do a festival. And I was like, perfect. I needed a team. Like, this is perfect. And, you know, I was really excited. I was like, you know, I think there's the want for it, and there's a need to do it. And that's exactly what we set out to do. And that's what the city wants.
Why did you trust us as a team? You know, you said you needed a team. So, you know, I think you were the last call. What, like, looking at us, why did you trust us to make it happen with you?
Well, obviously, everybody knows me and Methadonix been working together on music forever now. Yes, so it's like, I know him personally, that he's a very down-to-earth and business-oriented person. So I knew that the fact that he was involved in giving the okay on this, that it was something that wasn't going to be a waste of time or just a joke. So that was one clarification. On top of having our podcast, I think that was right before.
Yeah, it was before. Yeah,
set stone on that. We had our podcast, and you know, I didn't know you more than like a couple phone calls. Had our podcast, kicked it off. It was great, and same thing. I could tell you were very business oriented. And that was another clarification. And then you guys brought me to meet Drew.
Yo, I didn't even know this dude.
Like, I didn't even know. I'm just like, yeah, I'm here. What's up? And we met, and same thing. He, business owner, like-minded. We're all here in the hip-hop culture, straight to the point, wants to get money. And, you know, that's all I need to hear. I don't need to hear, like, oh, I can do this for you. We can do this together. No, let's go make some money. Let's get business done. And that's what this group is about.
Definitely.
Correct the mundo. Kelly, my good man, going into it, what did you expect? Especially, you know, we've talked about this before, you being the headliner for the show, but also taking part. Let's exclude the show aspect, your performance wise of it. Okay. Let's just talk about you helping put on this show, seeing it all come together, even talking with the artists, stuff like that before we got in there.
Definitely. When Drew had called me, I remember exactly where I was. I was out for seafood with Ronnie and his dad. You know, shout out you guys.
Yo, shout out Ronnie real quick.
No, for real. Shout out Ronnie.
If you guys ever see him out and about, shout out
He's
Ronnie.
like one of those Ronnies that you see and it's like, Ronnie.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Meet Ronnie once and you'll never forget him. He's that hell of a guy.
Exactly. But when Drew told me the idea, you know, I thought it was really good because growing up, being in high school, seeing Rolling Loud form down in Florida and stuff, and all those amazing artists coming out of that area, yeah, it was great. That's some of my fondest memories are in that time frame. You know what I mean? So when Drew had brought the idea up to me, I was like, yeah. let's do it. I think we can make it happen, you know. And obviously, as time went on, the nerves set in, and I didn't know what was going to happen because, you know, hip hop is it's a weird market, you know. It's a very, very popular market, but it has its dips. So, you know, we had to look out for that, but it did pay off, and I have you guys with me, and that made me comfortable because I trust you all, and I've known you all for so long. You know what I mean? So
being on that stage, being able to close out the show, connecting with your fan base, you know, new fans. Talk to me about that. How did that feel?
Before I went out there, I was terrified because, you know, I hadn't done something on that scale yet. So it was like, there's a lot of pressure to close this show out and send these people home happy. And that's a lot of pressure, you know what I mean? But pressure forms diamonds, you know, and I had nothing but good reviews from the performance. I enjoyed it. The crowd the energy was there. It was very alive, you know? And I loved it. And despite me having a migraine the whole time, and it's a little bit fuzzy, I still remember the feeling, and I can't wait to get back up there this year.
Yeah, I'm nervous. I'm nervous once again.
Yep.
You know, we're almost like
going in this year.
We're like almost a month away from the show actually happening, and like, you know, before we went out there, like
a month and a week.
Yeah, pull up, like help us out. You know, you want to come and be a part of the team and help us run this event because we do need
therapy sessions.
Yeah.
Who wants to sponsor a therapy session?
Please. Need it at this time.
Everything like that, man. But going out there before we even got into the show, before just me thinking about it, like, are we? I still can't even like wrap my head around it that we did that, and that we're doing it again. And it's like you have no like guarantee of it working out, you know.
None
and that's
whatsoever.
something
Risk.
that
Exactly.
Risk
That's
reward,
true.
risk reward.
true.
You know, we're here for the people. You know, we're trying to establish something for the people. You know. It comes taboo, you know, like Kelly said, you know, hip hop out here, especially in the 570, it's not the first, you know, come to your mind genre, but you know, we're here to get it done.
Yes, absolutely.
I agree. One of the most surreal moments after the show was one of my friends coming up to me and saying like, yo, so where did Atmosphere find you guys? And then being able to tell them that we're Atmosphere and that we cultivated this whole entire thing and that we did ourselves was fucking insane.
That's
so
amazing.
we did our music festival. That was phenomenal. You've seen the promotions. If you haven't, go check us out on Instagram at Atmosphere Music, ATMOSFERE Music, and check us out on Instagram, YouTube. We got reels. We got a whole bunch of things going on. Then after that, we did a charity basketball event. That was our next event. That was event number 2.
Yeah.
Charity basketball event over there at Marywood University. It was a 3v3 basketball tournament. All the proceeds went to the United Neighborhood Center. And planning that, guys, was phenomenal. I love that.
It was a lot of fun.
You know, I think I personally took charge on that project.
Definitely.
Yeah, I agree.
Definitely.
I agree completely.
And just getting it all together, and holy shit, man, to be able to go to Marywood and to get into a well-established college.
NCAA Division College.
Correct.
You know, shout out Marywood University for that, for sure.
No, that was a lot of fun.
Big W.
Really took care of us. You know, we weren't even Atmosphere yet. We were still just the idea of throwing festivals, you know what I mean? And you know,
hooligans.
What was that? Maybe like we were
November.
a group of for 4 months. Maybe we were a group 5 months.
Yeah, probably like 5.
Yeah, November, March,
and we did our a festival and a charity event in that 5-6 months span.
Yeah,
pretty big. But again, back to Marywood helping us out. You know, like we were kind of, and I quote, nobodies into the event kind of scene or like the community at all. And, you know, they opened their arms and took us in and really put us to the forefront of being involved with the community as well.
That was a great event. I really enjoyed it. We were able to give back to the community. I'm looking forward to doing one again. You know, the shirts were pretty dope. You know, Drew created the shirts. That's once again the design guy doing his thing. The flyers, the banners, you know, it all.
I still get pictures of people wearing them.
Yeah, I
like
love
and
those
tagged
shirts.
and stuff. I got like 3 the other day up at the Pocono Raceway.
No kidding. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Steez and I did a one-on-one basketball game there. I had like a
terrible.
busted ankle. It was awful. Everything
I probably should have worked out like a week before that because like I took 2 steps and 2 jumpers and man, I was out of breath.
Getting old. You got to do a warm up.
I didn't even try. My knees don't work. So I think we discussed that on the last episode of Methadonix and the Middleman. So
it was like Stardom still I think at that point.
Yeah.
And the Stardom team for the basketball tournament got washed.
Okay, really? really? Like, whoa, listen, smoke comes free over here.
First round, that too, when we was supposed to do good, yo. We were supposed to do good.
Yeah, they did not do good.
Yeah.
They did not do good. But definitely, we're looking forward to hosting another charity event. Probably more targeted towards everyone, not just the athletic community.
Yeah.
To try to get more people involved. It felt really good. My heart felt full for a few weeks there. And then, you know, I just want to do it again. That's definitely want to do it again.
Definitely.
So
Basketball or not, you know, something to give back to the community.
Yeah,
and, you know,
it felt really good to give back. That was like the best feeling of the whole thing, I think. It was fun. You know what I mean? But like that feeling of being able to give back and provide for a community, that's just something that's like insane.
I want to get more people there, that's for sure.
We need to do
definitely.
100 turkeys this year.
Yeah.
200
Damn
turkeys.
straight. Damn straight. Yep.
The sponsor, yo, let's do something
Yeah,
big.
tap in.
Big turkey drive.
Yep.
Sponsor Dance-a-thon. Come on, you big corporate companies. Let's get it done.
Where you at? I know you're out there.
Come on, come on. Tax write-off was real quick.
Do you know a friend? Or are you that friend? Or do you know a friend who knows that friend? I don't know. Just let us know.
That's a good question. Yeah, I mean?
So then we're rolling into 2025. At this point, we kind of already solidified that it's us four. And we got to make this an LLC. Excuse me, 1 minute here. I'm getting a little parched. It's time for some Arizona boys real quick.
Listen, I might have to crack mine open too.
Real quick, they're going to fight to the... There's going to be a live... No.
I ain't fighting.
Wow.
I'm not fighting.
I got
I'm
that
already
fruit
claiming
punch.
it.
Wow.
Raspberry, you already know.
Cheers, boys. Cheers.
Cheers.
If you guys remember, I don't shake my cans. I just open them.
He doesn't shake his cans, guys.
Let all
Don't
that
quote
sugar
him,
stay at the
Yes,
bottom.
sir.
You don't need to extra dehydrate yourself by intaking all the sugar.
Okay, I didn't know he was a health guru until today.
When you drink soda for a living,
Guys,
you gotta stay hydrated, and soda don't keep you hydrated.
Fuck it, we'll just do
You gotta
tea.
learn
The
to
camera's watching me struggle to open this can.
We'll just do you want me to open it for you? You good, dude? Oh, God.
Kelly needs
Wow.
assistance here.
Just so you guys know, I have
First
to cut
day.
the steaks for him.
My first day. Hey, that's fucked up. They're airing out my dirty. Oh, I said fucked up. Censor that. I don't want kids listening to that. But just put a beep.
Bro,
over
this
it.
is not going to be available for children. Like, it's... I put no, this is not made for kids.
Oh well, shit. In that case.
So since we're already here, we already got the teas open. It's part of the culture. It's part of the way we do this thing here. We're going to just get into tea time, not brought to you by, but inspired by Arizona Iced Tea early in the show. So, like, who's going to pick the question? Because, you know, usually our guest picks the questions, but we have multiple questions. So I think this time around, we're going to have Michael pick the question for us.
I like
What if we all just like try to like fight to like put our hand in at like at the same time?
So many hands in the cookie jar.
Shout out Michael, our cameraman here. And
Shout out
Colo
Michael.
back there sipping on his Coors Light. This is not a sponsor.
Go
And the
low
question-
TV, baby.
In the quote.
Here's the lid. Just, I appreciate it, Michael. You're the man. All right, so the tea time question of the day, drawn by Mr. Michael here, Mafia boss, Mafia leader, Puma and Adidas at the same.
We're not supposed to know that.
Puma and Adidas at the same damn time, but they were the same way.
He said, "Take off your shoes, bro."
All right,
Bro, I got matching Nikes on right now, bro. What?
all right. I got purple socks on.
All right,
Purple.
that's fucking crazy.
Purple socks is pretty crazy.
You got the
Okay.
purple Nikes.
So
I got the white Nikes.
long story short, Michael has Adidas and Puma socks on. They're both white though.
Yeah, Kelly called that out earlier.
I did.
Like,
I'm
two
sorry.
different
Listen, you
brands.
can't mix your
I don't
brands.
know.
Listen,
I
Michael.
can't say nothing on it. If they're white, whatever. But
He said, "I'm gonna
Kelly-
kick you with
Kelly
the
has an
Adidas and the
issue.
Puma, motherfucker."
What's the tea time?
It is.
yeah.
It is. Thank you. I appreciate it. So here is the tea time question of the day. This one is from Exposed Toxic. It's a really deep thoughted question here. So here we go. What do you think is the meaning of life, and how was your perspective on it evolved over time? That's a fucking deep one. So
Wow.
what do you think is the meaning of life, and how has your perspective on it evolved over time? And that is from Mr. Exposed Toxic.
Great question.
Who's starting?
I think you are.
I think because you just asked.
For what we were going. So what did I think about life, and how does it change?
Yeah, what is your thinking on the meaning of life, and how has your perspective evolved over time?
Well,
I guess maybe what you thought when you were like 10 as compared to like now.
So I guess when I was like a kid, I mean, I definitely didn't have like a why are we here kind of thought, but I was definitely like, I'm here for a reason kind of thought as a kid. Like not like a fuck you, fuck everyone kind of thing, but like I was definitely like, okay, I'm here. Nobody around me matters besides myself and my family. And like, I mean, I'm still kind of to that way now, but to a different point. But at that time as a kid, nobody really mattered to me besides me and my family. And now I'm at the point where like, yeah, I could care less for having friends, but like the more I grow, the more I get attached to my family, and I'm like, oh, this is great, but having more friends to bring into a family is even better.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where I'm at. Is like, I like the aspect that big family aspect because it keeps a big circle. You're very strong and very united. And when it's just when you're also in that aspect of I need to be friends with everybody, that's something that could tear you apart. You know, you have to be very selective on like what your big circle is and what it is and isn't. You don't want to be the person that could just be friends with anybody just because. There has to be a reason.
You need referrals though.
You're right.
You need referrals to come over this way.
Yes. You can't just walk in and be there. But if there's a reason that you're there, I solely believe that like whatever put you on this earth to be here at this time in my life is a reason, and I have to accept that whatever way it is. Yeah. And like, so as a kid, I kind of was on my own as a kid, and now as I grow over, I'm really still on my own, but I really push for that family bond. Like we got like that blood for blood bond. You know what I mean? Like no friendship. We got to be like super, super locked in.
Yeah.
Who do you want to pass it off to next? Survey says
Drew.
That's me. So what's the question? What is the meaning of life and how it's evolved?
And how it's evolved for you over time. Yep.
Oh man, generally, why, what is the meaning of life? Yeah, that is a deep one. Shout out Toxic for that.
This is an interesting. I can't wait to hear this from Drew. Holy shit.
I'm getting my drink.
You guys got 10 minutes? Here we go.
Yeah, let me start the watch. Well, meaning of life, generally I think it's just, about, embracing the current moment that you're living in, that can, that meaning can go couple different ways. You don't want to live in the future. You don't want to live in the past. You want to live in the current moment. Social media has destroyed that a lot for sure. With connecting the world so much because, we were able to go, as humans, just among our own pathways and, establish a connection with another being.
We're spoiled now.
Yeah, we're spoiled.
Too easy now.
I have friends on
that.
every single continent.
Yeah.
Even Antarctica.
Yeah.
With the power of the internet.
Mm-hmm.
And you couldn't just do that, even 30 years ago, 40 years ago, so there was much more of a meaning with establishing connection, back then. And so, even, as a child, depending on your upbringing, when you were, 10 years old, 8 years old, whatever, you didn't have, the information or expanded information that, you have as an adult and as a connected individual, to the internet, to, the masses, the world. And so, you are able to have, that thoughtful freedom and, that innocence essentially.
Yeah,
exactly.
To be living in there in that moment. I get what you're saying.
Exactly. And so that runs back, to it's important to be, to live in the current moment, not the past, not the future, because life, we're here for, everybody, just, a certain reason, whether it's, to do this, to become this, and I'm a very firm believer that energy is important, you know, you have to protect your energy, you know, conserve it, you know, and use it on, you know, the you know, in the right exchanges. You know, if you don't want to be around toxic, you know, energy and exchanging that. Exactly. You know, you wanna have positive exchange, because that's only going to give you more energy, you know, and give you more, you know, thoughtful insight later down the road.
Yeah.
Someone preaching good is always going to bring good around.
That's
Amen.
true. That's true.
Who you passing it off to?
Oh, Kelly.
Bow.
Bang.
Right off the rip.
That was
Sniped.
living in the moment though as a kid.
Yeah, that was
Yeah, no,
That was a great
you're
point.
right.
That was a great point.
Really good point.
As an adult because of all this damn stress.
Exactly.
It's like
Exactly.
you know,
Definitely not and as connected as we are.
yeah, it's pretty cool to bring that up. You know, when you were younger, how easy it was to just go through today and really enjoy it. What'd you do today? Oh, I did all of this today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, because you
Exactly.
remember, because you weren't on your phone and shit. Really good point there.
Definitely. What's subjective, right? I mean, everybody kind of has their own idea of what their meaning of life is. And I don't really think there is one directly. I don't think there's like a universal meaning of life. That's just how I think of it. You know, for me, it would be, I've recently over the past couple years discovered that I really, really do enjoy, like Drew said, like the little moments and being present in those moments, because they mean a lot, especially with losing, you know, family members and friends over the last couple years. You really have to value time. And that's something that I feel like a lot of people don't do. And, you know, we're human. We make mistakes, but we can't sit here and beat ourselves up for them. I've made a lot, you know, past, present. I'll make some in the future. And the most important part for me and seeing where my life is now compared to where it used to be is, you know, I used to think it was about like the luxury stuff and having the money and the cars and the jewelry and the women and all this stupid shit that I really got caught up in like high school, and I've really thought that's what would make my life better, and it just made me more miserable. You know what I mean? Because once you get a taste of it, you see how ugly it could get. And then, you know, over time, like, you know, a couple years ago, I would have been sitting here in some flamboyant ass outfit, bedazzled shoulder pads, you know what I'm saying?
But today, he chose the white t-shirt.
With the jeans, a watch, some earrings, and an LA hat, you know? And that's just like, there's growth in there because it's the simplicity of my life now that matters the most. And I think if you are present in those moments, which you really should be, and I can't stress that enough, because we never know what could happen tomorrow or in the next 10 minutes. I really think you should be present. I think that's the meaning of life. Have your friends and family close, because those are the most important people ever, you know? And my friends are my family, and I'll always say that. I'll always say that.
Respectamundo, man. Respectamundo. So I guess it leaves me.
Mhm.
So the meaning of life, right? The meaning of life. So I grew up pretty broke. Like started from basement for Rockaway, New York. That's what it is. And so growing up, I used to really always want to acquire that currency, you know, chase that bread, whether it be white, whether it be white wheat, dry rye, or, you know, it's always, we got
cinnamon
it. You know?
swirl.
For real. For real.
So like I've always wanted to go and get the money, like go and chase that shit. And like the older and older I got, you know, actually, as a matter of fact, Michael's brother Charlie had told me probably the thing that kind of like switched my outlook on this entire thing was like I was looking for an apartment, and I was like, oh, I'm trying to like stay within this budget or blah blah blah, but I could afford where I'm currently living now. And he was like, yo, could you afford it? I'm like, yeah, but I just don't want to give up my safety net. He's like, yo, bro, what's the point of you like making money if you're not going to spend it? So like my whole life has always been like, I gotta stack this bread, I gotta get this money, I gotta get this money, I gotta get this money. And now as I grow, I've told you many a times, and like, you know, with multiple conversations about other people, just like, yo, like if someone needs $1, like I'm gonna give them that bread, because it's not that crazy. Like,
You're right.
You know,
it's not,
and I'll tell you straight up, like, yo, just answer the phone when I call you. That's it. Just answer the phone when I call you.
That money
bro.
always returns. It always
Absolutely.
comes back.
Exactly, and
Absolutely.
it doesn't even come back in the physical money form that it left in. You know, so to me, that was like the evolution of like my meaning of life. Was I kind of just let go of like what I've always thought would bring me that fulfillment and a much happier life, because I've seen my mom struggle through that shit. And you know, it is better to live this way with a little bit more money in my pockets, but like, yeah, you know, there's a lot more that can make you happy outside of the realm of money. And with that being said, everyone, that was tea time, not brought to you by, but inspired by Arizona iced tea. Cheers, my friends. I don't know if you guys are all cheering here.
Cheers.
Good. Yep. Salud.
Oh,
Salud.
yes,
salud.
sir. I want to share something that just made me think of real quick.
You won't.
I will. So this actually, it's crazy how, people saying things all these years later could unlock memories from, this was a decade ago. I used to go to this camp with my cousin Helena, and it was like a church camp.
Shout out Helena.
Shout out Helena. But we were in some type of seminar, and I remember there was one of the camp counselors, and they had the board up, and they were kind of just giving everybody advice, and he brought up $1 and a penny. And I was confused at first because I was like, where is this going? You know what I mean? There's $1 and a penny there. And in my head at that time, like, I was like, the dollar consumed my mind. You know what I mean? I was looking at the dollar. I wasn't looking at the penny. And you know what's crazy? That was the whole moral of the conversation. And he said that most people will get rid of pennies and throw them out just because they're worth less, but they're not at the same time because it's still currency, he said. And that shit really, I can't believe that just unlocked that memory, but I remember that so vividly now because awesome. When I heard that, changed my whole perspective of shit. I was like, wow. Like using $1 and a penny, I don't know, just something about that. Like there's some things I remember in my life, and that's one of them, and that's kind of insane.
It's still one.
Exactly.
Still one.
Exactly. Exactly. And I had never heard anybody say that before. I was like, wow. Wow. That. So thank you for unlocking that memory.
Of course. I think the quote of the pod is going to be one versus, damn it, I lost it. Penny versus dollar. I lost it.
That may have been what it was called.
Penny versus dollar.
I can't remember that detail. Maybe. I kind of like that.
Jamie, search that up.
So here we are, where we did the basketball event, and we're like, all right, yeah, we should definitely do another festival. Crazy motherfuckers, right?
Crazy.
Absolutely insane. There's definitely something loose up here for all of us because it's like,
you got to be a little crazy.
Why did we want to put ourselves through this again?
Absolutely.
Hey, and this time as a fucking LLC. Why?
We got to keep going. Got to keep going.
Like Tyler, the creator, said, you got to be delusional.
That's what it is,
I mean?
man.
You got to be.
So LLC, guys, I've never been a business owner, all right? So ATMOSFERE LLC is my first ever business. You know what I mean? Thank you.
That's actually, I didn't even know that. Damn me up, bro. That's tough, bro.
Yeah, that was weird.
Hell yeah.
Kev is officially a business owner. That is
officially
awesome.
a business owner. The Middleman Podcast is not LLC, but it is trademarked. Yes. Now, we got Drew, business owner here. 570 Exotics here. We got Steez. You're like a business owner. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
SteezePA. SteezePA is a fucking business.
SteezePA LLC.
I do the welding affordable repair service. I used to own a landscaping company.
He's tooting his own horn over here. Nah, I'm bullshitting.
And you got a handful of companies that you own as well.
That is very true.
And so here I am. We're doing this now. We're all LLC. When did that happen? What month was that? When did we officially become official? Was that March of this year?
March.
Yeah, I believe
it was March. Yeah.
March of this
year. Because we were going to do it in February,
March.
but then we held off a couple weeks, which took us to March.
Yeah.
Damn, it's
March,
already been.
we had
that's already a couple
Synergy.
months ago. Yeah.
That brings us to Synergy was our first event of 2025.
Yep.
Yeah,
and
correct.
That went well.
I had a great time at Synergy.
Small hiccups in between.
Yeah, but we're bound to have those.
Well, yeah, actually,
good point.
Let's talk about
Break
that
it down.
Service side of us. The other things that ATMOSFERE have to offer. As you guys already know, we put on our own shows. We put on charity events, but we can also help you put on your shows. Okay, prime example is the Synergy Showcase hosted in the Ice House. Shout out Psycho. He had us there. He had talked to us about ATMOSFERE through the Middleman Podcast, and he liked what we were doing, and he wanted a hand over help run his show. So we were able to do that in what was it again? March.
Yeah, that was March, and that was what 2 months, 3 months notification.
Yeah. Can't believe that much time has passed already.
It's ridiculous. Yeah, half the year's already over.
That's what I mean.
We had that event. And for anybody who wants to do an event, whether you're an artist, whether you're a DJ, whether anybody, you're a venue and you need help tapping into the scene, the people. That's what we're here for. We're here to establish ground. We're here to manage, artist bookings, everything from, lights to audio, everything. That's what we're here for. We have you covered.
Correct.
You can go to atmosphere.io/services. We have a whole webpage on that.
Absolutely. We are a jack of all trades. We wear many hats.
Yeah, we'll have Drew on, the design side of everything like that, social media side of it. We got Steez over here planning the entire event from start to finish. How many artists did we have that show for this energy? It was 24?
Yeah.
We had like 24. Yeah.
24
Hefty.
artists. And like, just so you guys know, the amount, so like the initial deal that was like verbally struck and then what was finalized was two different things, with time and, some amenities that we thought we could add, but we couldn't add. And yeah, like we had to condense that schedule really, really tight.
I think we cut like an hour off of it, like a full hour.
Yo, and we still had 5 minutes. Get out.
Yep.
Yeah, there was
It
a
was
lot
crazy
of,
though. We did though.
Oh,
Like,
100%. The fact that
the stage was
that was
put back.
insane.
The equipment was packed
Yep.
up. The people were out the door. Very efficient. I
Yeah,
had a
that
great
was
time at that event.
that was a bit of a whirl right there.
A little bit.
Just that experience. It comes with hiccups.
Yeah.
that's what.
Everything does.
all right, hold on. Let me ask you guys this. Why do you think we're so good at following through all these hiccups that we go through?
Because we're professional.
Yeah.
I think that mindset that we all have really sets us apart from other people. And there's a bunch of people that are professional, you know what I mean? But there's some that aren't. I think we're so serious about our craft, how we present ourselves and what we do, that is all we need to be successful.
But again, and there is people that act professional.
True.
There's somebody that can own a business, but doesn't mean it's a good business.
Yep.
And that's just one of our showcasings. We go out there and whatever comes up in front of our faces, we either figure it out and get it done, or we figure it out and get it done.
Yeah,
so that's
100%.
the end story.
There's no fail option in our head, and I think that drives us. You know, what I mean?
There's
For
always
sure.
a solution.
Yeah,
There's always a
And if there's
solution.
not a solution, well, there's a solution. You know,
We're gonna figure it out, inevitably.
Absolutely. Yep.
We're going to get aggravated along the way.
Oh yeah.
Don't forget, I said we need therapy, guys. Hey, sponsor. There's sponsors in our atmosphere.io. So sponsor, check it
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Therapy
Hey,
sessions,
listen,
guys.
some days are just a little tricky, for personal lives and professional lives. But
One
that's
of us
okay.
rolls out of bed the wrong way, and it's from there.
Yeah, from there it's all hell
downhill.
breaks
At some
loose.
point, all of our craziness is gonna erupt a volcano at some point. It's gonna be
Probably.
the atmosphere volcano. We'll have to
Probably.
rename it.
There's just gonna be music
Guys,
notes
we had
shooting
a
out of
really
the
bad
top.
fight today, and then boom, a volcano goes off, and we're like, "That's our volcano."
Yeah, yeah.
We're shifting tectonic plates or whatever.
You guys are hearing a little bit about some of the bumps that we go through, but let's talk about some of the highlights that we go through that a lot of people don't know about, such as our atmosphere dinners. Okay.
Oh, I
Our
love
atmosphere
those.
dinners are an absolute smash hit. You may be asking yourself, what is an atmosphere dinner? Drew, what is atmosphere dinner?
Atmosphere dinner, like the one that's coming up.
Whoa,
No,
whoa, don't
no,
tell
no,
them that.
no,
Don't
no,
tell them that
no,
yet.
no, no,
Not
no,
yet.
no.
Okay,
We're talking about our dinners.
Hold them jewels.
Sorry.
Wait,
No, I couldn't hear it. I
Hold
couldn't
on.
hear what. Yeah.
like the ones we put together.
All right, so atmosphere dinners, Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin.
We're passing this
I'm even
back
having
to
a
Kevin.
hard time, but like 5 seconds, I'm gonna be like, oh.
Maybe you should bring that
All
up.
right,
at the
so
end
our
of the podcast,
atmosphere-
though.
Our atmosphere dinners are a team bonding type of just thing that we do. And we were doing it.
Yeah.
See, clocks.
I told
that's
you.
right.
I gave you a warning.
I remember now.
But
No.
go on.
No, our atmosphere dinners, we would get together on a monthly basis, and we would go to my place, Steeze's place, or maybe we haven't gone out to dinner night yet. We've always chose to chef it up ourselves.
Yeah.
Didn't we do hibachi one time? Us four.
That was your birthday.
That was your birthday. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right. So we got to do that.
Yeah,
because
that
I
was your
really
birthday.
want a shrimp tempura roll. So,
But yeah, the atmosphere dinners is what we do, and within those dinners, man, we've been recording some of those dinners and meetings on a GoPro, and like that's just been
Yet, right?
no, none of
yet.
it's
Not
been
yet.
surfaced. It's
We'll
all
have, a full year done.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
seriously.
a full year of our crash
Yes.
outs, a full year.
Y'all
of our
gotta wait
free
for that.
times.
Yeah, all of our highs and
Yeah.
lows, our goods of eating, and our fucking crash out, everything.
My favorite's been the chicken. That
Yeah, that was a good time. We were teaching Chef Kelly how to cook here. It was a good time.
I listen. Anybody who knows me knows I can't butter fucking toast. So listen, when I made that chicken or helped make that chicken that night,
he did that.
The amount of chicken we had,
it was ridiculous.
I gotta find a photo. We gotta get that.
Like that much. Like it was at least from my.
Yeah, it had to have been whole pile.
At least like
whole pile
stacked of cutlets. Yeah,
and I think it was all gone.
Demolished that shit.
I think we had like 1 or 2 cutlets that you guys
For real.
So we did the atmosphere. We do the atmosphere dinner. That's a great way for us to team bond. We have these meetings. We have a Discord talk. There's a lot of times that we talk on a daily. It's true. Yes, we're sick of each other, but we really do get through this shit in the end of the day. And it's so much fun. You know, when it all starts to come together.
Most
and
definitely.
We're moments away from opening the doors, and there's nothing more that we can do other than just remain calm.
That's it,
right, guys?
That's
it.
Just
That's all, baby. Vacation. In about 20 hours, we'll be opening doors to our lounge tomorrow.
Correct.
So, you know, just to put it in a little perspective of how things roll, you know, we could be doing this and we can have a terrible day, but don't forget, tomorrow.
That is a really good point. I think the best part about our relationship with each other is, like, even though we do argue at times and fight and butt heads, like, we get through it. Most people don't. You know what I mean? Like, especially with sometimes how we fight with each other, like,
people crash out and end relationships.
Yeah, like that's like, but that's not how we are. We could get through it. Like the next morning, it's like nothing happened.
You gotta fight like brothers, or there's no point of fighting.
Exactly, because we are brothers.
You gotta keep the emotion out of business. That's the most important part. That's what I always say. That's the most important part of rule of business, because once you start putting emotion into it and you get emotionally attached, that's when things start to roll.
And you guys would be surprised if you saw the stuff we argued about.
It's funny.
Outlandish. Why are we arguing conversations?
Yeah.
Like, and I'm sure you guys are gonna be like, oh, I argue with my friends all the time. No, it's not like, oh, you didn't send hi the correct way. No, this is completely different.
Crazy.
It's like, where's the street closure? Like,
who wants to go to jail? Someone's getting put in the basement.
But back to Atmosphere Lounge, we got that coming up, like Steve said, in less than 20 hours here.
We'll
Oh yeah, we're gonna be setting up that day of, you know.
What do we got? Back to back weekends, right?
Oh, it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
This one's gonna test us for sure. But we got 570 JV. Shout out him. We got SMN Tyreek and Casey the Don on the lineup.
My dog.
This is gonna be a solid one.
Yeah, it is. I can't wait.
I recommended this set right here. I thought that this was gonna be, this sound is just gonna envelope each other.
Yeah, for sure.
I think with all those three Atmosphere, you guys heard Casey the Don last year at the festival. S-Man Tyreek, he has been within our contact, you know, he's been a consistent supporter of Atmosphere. Shout out him. He just got back from Atlanta performing with I think it was
Athlete's Foot.
Athlete's Foot. That's what it was called. Yeah, he's been making a lot of moves lately. He's from where? Stroudsburg? The Poconos? Okay. So yeah, he's been making a lot of moves, you know, here in northeastern Pennsylvania and beyond. So we're super thrilled to have him. And 570 JV. Do I need to say anything? It's right in his name. He represents the 570. Heavy frequent in Philadelphia. He has features with OT7 Kwani. I don't know if you guys know any of the music that he's behind, but he's a big head down in Philly. But yeah, I think it's gonna be a good lineup here.
Yeah, for sure.
Good night.
Sure. I'm so excited. I ordered a new tracksuit.
Hey,
so
we got a new tracksuit every week.
Yeah, you're right. So I got a tracksuit addiction, guys.
All right, so the Atmosphere Lounge, guys. The Atmosphere Lounge. Here we are. We are putting these events together. And so, what is the Atmosphere Lounge? If you don't know what the Atmosphere Lounge is, for the longest time, Drew has been bugging me, bro. We got to get these nightlife events up and running.
You have to.
For like fucking 25.
That was
weeks,
our first
bro.
headache of Atmosphere.
The biggest
the
headache.
argument between Kevin and Drew on nightlife.
you guys don't understand.
I won.
Don't understand.
I won.
I wouldn't say you won. It was just it had to be within the bounds that I wanted. Yeah.
Oh, most definitely.
Can you already sense the tension, guys? Can you already? Right?
It needed to be. It needed to be legit. That's all it needed.
That's
to be.
it.
So
most
we
definitely.
legitimized our fucking selves as a company, and we started running these events, bro. I don't have any need or drive to run a nightclub, but we do these things, and it's fucking phenomenal. These night events are a great time. People come out, they enjoy themselves. We have DJ AR from the 107.5 Diamond Radio spinning in the house all summer long.
Shout
We are
out
currently
AR.
on tour on the Atmosphere Summer Night Tour right now. We're going through all the Stratosphere, Mesosphere, and we are actually approaching Stratosphere right now, happening tomorrow, as we mentioned already. So by the time this happens, it already would have happened.
Yes.
Then we're going to go into the Mesosphere, and then we'll see where we go from there, because we need y'all to come out and support. We need everyone to be there to experience the road to Atmosphere. So these events that we do, they're curated, they're fucking phenomenal. They're for you, the young people, the people who want to hear hip-hop rap, hear some live artists, and
Yes, sir.
be in a great ambiance.
Discover who's popping out.
Yeah.
Get the lights.
Yes.
Yeah, it's on, like, okay, flashback to Troposphere. Someone had given me a comment saying, like, yo, where did you find these guys? Because all these people should be signed. Okay, like they were like, yo,
Completely agree.
and that's really cool
Yep.
for us to be able to find these people, or for these
Definitely.
people to be able to find
Hey,
us.
record labels, if you want to pay us per artist, let us know.
Yup.
You know,
You
cut
need
us off.
A&Rs? You need
Uh-huh.
A&Rs? You know, we're
We got
here.
4
We're
of them
here.
right here. Boom.
We
We'll
can
get
be
it done.
your ears.
Yep.
No, definitely. We really put on something special for the city, for everybody. Really, we wanna create something out here that this area is reputable for, and I feel like we've been tackling that festival and nightlife scene, and the more we grow, the more support we get from all of you guys in the city. That's going to allow us to keep expanding and keep really putting something on for the city that you guys can brag about, and not have to say that Scranton's the worst place to live or NEPA is the worst place to live. We'll be able to bring something to this generation that everyone likes, and you can say this is one of the cool places to live as a what generation are we? Gen 80. I don't even know.
I mean, we're Gen Z, so what is it? Gen X? I think it's Gen X.
You know, for that young generation,
was Generation
it sucks.
B-roll.
We don't have nightclubs out here. Traditional ones.
No, and you have to make opportunity with what you have, and for us as a brand, as Atmosphere, I thought it was critical for us to be able to tap in with the nightlife in some capacity out here, because we can't just go roll every 3 months, even have an event. We can, but having that frequency behind us and that opportunity for people to catch us in downtown Scranton on a bi-monthly basis, that just leaves the ability for more and more people to learn about Atmosphere and what we're trying to do for everybody and for the community and culture.
You know what I mean? If
Most definitely.
we're out more frequent, you get to learn about us directly. So instead of waiting for a yearly festival, come check us out and get a preview of what the festival might be like.
Most definitely.
And so the festival is where this all leads up to. August 2nd, 2025. It's all leading to there at the Ritz Theater. We got food trucks. We got vendors. We got artists. We got a gaming truck. What else do we have, guys?
We're going to tell that.
We have a
We're gonna
DJ
tell them about
outside.
that.
No, we're gonna tell them about
Okay.
everything that we got planned
Most
for them.
definitely. Most definitely.
There's no more reason
to
to
hold them back.
No more reason to hide the keys. Just let them
Everything's
drive.
out.
Let's drive. We're about to fucking drive this boat.
Not the feature list though. That'll be out soon.
No, that's gonna hold back.
That'll be out soon.
Okay.
But
We'll hold the
no.
feature list.
Speaking of that gaming truck, me and Kev.
Pixel reboot.
Shout out.
Sign me, I'm
Reboot,
there.
Jesse over there. Me and Kev and I.
There you go.
I knew that'd bother you, but that was we were taking a walk in downtown Scranton. They were having what was it? The
NEPA gives back block party.
Yeah.
We were outside. We were talking to Mary, and as we were talking to Mary, we decided to stop at this truck that just was like intriguing. Just looked
It
phenomenal.
looked cool, blue, and they had TVs on the outside of it, and it was cool.
That's dope.
And the guy, Jesse, who operates it, he had something one of one, in this region that I can say that I've ever seen. It's a truck, think of like a food truck or like an ice cream truck, something maybe that size, maybe a little bigger, but you can game in it from the outside, from the inside. He used it for streaming, I think he said.
Yes, yeah.
He went to Times Square and just parked it up, streamed live right there, and he's doing some cool things. And so, that's what we like to see, and that's what we want to have at Atmosphere.
So outdoors, just so everyone's aware, the event, the way it's gonna go is 12 outdoor starts, 3
from 12
Noon.
12, yeah, 12
Noon.
onward.
Excuse me.
Expect outside of the Ritz Theater to be active and something you can come stop by and see and do, eat, get lunch, hang out, whatever.
free 99.
$3.99. You don't have to come to the event. You don't have to come
You got
inside the Ritz. You just enjoy the outside portion.
But you're gonna come inside too, though.
You're gonna come inside.
It's gonna
You
be
already know.
There's gonna be a DJ. There's gonna be multiple food trucks. So from 12 to 3, activities outdoors. All right, 3 o'clock doors open up. 4 o'clock show is starting.
Yes,
we
sir.
are going crazy inside. That's what we got planned. Steez, what are you looking forward to this year? Talk to him about our headliners. Talk to him about the 2 closing out the show. Because you specifically got them on board for us.
Yeah, so we have Lozzy and Relic Rhymes closing out the night. Lozzy is more of a you might have seen him on TikTok going viral for his song Hotel, and that really took off his career and very, very viral on I believe TikTok and Instagram. It went
Even YouTube, it has over like 3 million views. It's a popular video.
So we have him coming out. I'm sure he's going to be performing that hit song on top of some other party stuff and a couple other, like smooth vibes. So he's going to be a great act. Like I said, I'm sure all of you have seen him before. He's a familiar face, new upcoming artist. He's very young. So we'd love to see some support to him and, some support to us. Then we have him popping out, and then Relic Rhymes, another probably frequent face you've seen recently in the last year, aka Lord Farquaad on Instagram. A lot of people call him.
Yeah, you gotta be abysmal on the internet if you haven't seen Relic Rhymes. He's been everywhere. Kyson at Streamer University, he just made an appearance on. You were just saying
as well at some point.
No Jumper.
Early this year.
Yup, you said that he was with the Spider-Man guy.
Miles Morales.
Miles
He's like,
Morales.
you want some flowers? That guy.
The guy he did his Japan tour. The guys they did the jersey like jerk dance.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was funny.
In the tuxedos, he met those guys. They did a collab together. There's a bunch of stuff. I'm sure you've seen his face, but he has a mic performance that went viral called On Deck, and that's more of a it's a little bit like rappy, but it still has that modern
Gets you hyped.
twist. Yeah, definitely a get hype, but put some hair on your chest kind of song. And that's a lot of his music. Is it's hype music, but it's definitely it's a little bit more aggressive music, not to the rap or to the style of metalish, but just aggressive to how he portrays and the energy of the song overall. But yeah, those will be our 2 headliners. Super familiar faces all over social media. So we're really hoping that you guys come out and support them. Try to catch them at some of their first ever shows in their early career.
First in Pennsylvania for both of them.
Both of them first in Pennsylvania for both of them. So come support Atmosphere. Come support our 2 headliners, Relic and Lozzy. It's the start of their early bright career and the start of our early bright career doing these events. So come out and support. It's going to be a great night. Super high energy and super good vibes as always.
What do you have to say about Atmosphere 2025?
Man, I cannot wait to hit that stage again. New graphics, new outfit, new music, new features. It's just like, I don't know. I'm excited, man. I'm excited to see all the artists do their thing. There's a lot of talent on the bill this year, as always. It's going to be a really, really fun event and a really, really great show.
I agree with you. What are you most excited about for your performance?
The features.
Okay.
The features. There's some new songs that I'm excited to perform, but the features definitely who I'm bringing
And you
out.
can't tell us who?
Not yet.
Wow.
Not yet. But you'll see it soon. It'll be out
Negative
soon.
Ghost
Don't worry.
Rider.
I won't gatekeep. Fetty Wap's coming out.
I think he's locked up still. Isn't he locked up still?
Yes.
Hey, what's up? Yeah, he's not making no appearance.
But yeah,
Sorry,
I'm excited
guys.
for that because there's some features that I have that are like hit songs that I haven't gotten to share the stage with those artists yet. So you know, there's a hint. There's a hint.
Cool.
You know what I mean? So yes, sir.
Yo,
Period.
crazy question.
Go ahead.
Crazy question. I don't think any of us have even brought it up. Who's your like dream appearance for Atmosphere? If we can get one person in, you know, the future who, you know, a feasible slot, a feasible headliner, who would you guys want?
Feasible slot
Anything's
headliner?
feasible at this point in my eyes.
100%.
This
We
is
can
all
do it.
hypothetical.
Be
It's
honest.
just about
right
that
now.
capital.
I'm gonna go with. I really want to push for Lil Skies at one point, and then I really want to like once we grow. Hey,
Oh, we're
Boogie.
gonna tell them that. Okay,
Hey,
we're gonna
Boogie.
say that. Okay.
Yeah, no, for
Yeah.
sure. We're going for like
Guys, yeah, that's. I mean,
Yeah.
that's coming, guys. We're manifesting that right now. You know,
Listen, we want it. We want it.
It was almost this year, but
It was
you know,
that
it was.
close.
You
Me
know,
personally, I'm a JID type of guy, so
That's a good choice.
JID,
Yeah,
That's
I
my
can get
favorite
down there.
artist right now. Shout out JID.
Okay,
All right. Am I next?
run it up.
All right. All right. On my personal scale, definitely.
Personal skill. That's what this is.
Oh, all right. Well, on my first option, I definitely want to put out a homie out in California, Lil Cobain. He's a super talented, artist, super down to earth musician. Overall, you know, it's just a very unique. Like how we curate events, he curates his music, and
his music's
for his listeners. You know, I've been listening to him since I was in high school, and it's just one of those artists that I really connect with his instrumentals, his beats, his mixing, his vocals, everything. So definitely him. And I guess if I had like a mainstream pick, like super mainstream, I don't know. I really had a kick in high school with Kodak Black. Yo.
Get
Wait,
some
I'm
Florida
switching my
waves up
choice.
here.
I'm with Steez on this one. I can. Oh, it's a say, little bitch, you can't fuck with me if you wanted to. Oh shit.
Oh, you got that right.
Drew, can I
Perked
guess?
up anymore.
Who you bringing?
You saw him sitting in the street in Florida.
Oh man,
Who's Drew bringing?
He was eating pizza.
was that him or was it that
No.
dude that looks
That
like
was
him?
Kodak Black. He had the chains, the grills. He had the. I don't know if it was
I don't
pizza or a
know.
sandwich. I don't know what the fuck it was. He was just sitting there, crisscross applesauce in the middle of the road with all his jewelry.
Yo, you
It's
just be doing
yo,
whatever.
hey Kodak,
Side
you still
missions.
fire though. You still fire
Alright,
though.
we
We want you. So come on out.
Hey yo,
Two. That's it.
Yeah,
for the festival.
for the festival.
Kodak and Lil
Chief
Cobain.
Keef would
That's my
be
three.
all right. So you
Okay.
see the direction we're headed, guys. We got some names in the brain that you might see in the next. You know, let's say I'm not gonna give you a time frame. You'll see.
We'll figure it out.
It'll pop up on your news feed when it happens.
I hope so. Oh wait, like Kodak. Kodak, what do you say? I hope so.
Someone input that.
Oh shit.
All right, Drew.
Man, who would I like to see? There's a lot of people. If I was gonna break it down, Core, definitely Core. He's from Philly, so you know, I think that's, you know, somebody representative of, you know, out here. Yeah, semi to the area, you know. Man, if we could get Vert up here,
That'd be dope.
that would be dope.
Yeah, I was coming.
Yeah, I mean, inevitably. Yeah.
They go crazy. They go crazy.
You go crazy though. You go crazy though. People just not tapped in like me. But man, there's a lot of people who, you know, we can get up here, or you know, who we want to get up here. Yeah, it's
Anybody we can get. It's just really win. You know what I mean? We can get anybody we put our minds to,
Yep.
and we've proven what we
yo
are.
Skepta. If we can get some Skepta up here,
I haven't heard that. Who's
I don't
that?
even know who that is.
UK rapper. Yeah, yo, he just did like a collab with, who was it, Fred again, out in Brooklyn. I don't know if you've seen the videos or like the pictures of that. Any of you guys?
I don't know.
No, it was
anyone.
crazy. He did an event out in Brooklyn, and it was a collab with like an EDM type artist, and it was filled on the inside. The whole outside of the venue, it was like the streets were filled, the sidewalks were filled, like cars could not even drive because there were so many people trying to get in there. Like, it was stupid looking.
UK.
UK is popping lately on the rap scene.
Atmosphere in the UK? No.
Yo, we got an Atmosphere representative out there. So what are you talking about?
Atmosphere 2025 is coming, guys. Whether you like it or not, we're doing it. August 2nd, 2025. Tickets are available. VIP tickets are available. VIP Plus tickets are available.
Meet and greet.
Everything is available.
The whole nine.
Come meet us there. It's gonna be one of the best fucking nights of your lives the entire summer. I may or may not do a worm across the stage. Kelly might not fucking start breakdancing on a stage. Steez might not, go on stage with a torch. And Drew is definitely not going on stage with a drone. I can promise you that. Okay, so there's only one way to find out what the fuck happens at Atmosphere 2025, and that's by you being there, because we're not going to stream
Lots of surprises.
These are the 4 idiots that are in charge of the show. We are the 4 people who make it happen. Yes, I call us idiots because we are.
I mean, 4 dudes in their 20s.
We have no idea what the fuck's going on. We have no idea what the fuck we're doing, but we know how to get shit done. And with that being said, I am the man in the middle, Kevin Martinez, signing out. Peace.